Three, two, one.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Two Nerds podcast, niggas from the Black nerd community. I am your host, or something like that. Ian might also be the host since he Mr. Joke. I'm Ian. That's Derek. That's Gerard.
You're Ian.
Hi.
Hey, somebody's Ian, somebody's Derek, and somebody's Gerard. The names are on the screen. Whatever.
What if we all roll?
Who cares?
That'll be tough.
Who cares? Look, man. It's Two Ugly Nerds podcast, but there's three of us. What are we talking about today? What did I say we're going to start this podcast? Oh,
the
Lupe lying
thing.
to us. Lupe lying to us. Yeah, that's just some bullshit, Lupe. Don't lie to us. Don't just say CRS to be determined. Maybe you can't just say that and then just be like, no, don't do that. We know Kanye's not doing it. I fully believe that Lupe and Pharrell would do it, but come on.
Okay, so for full context, especially for our listeners who are like, what the hell are they talking about? So Lupe, he's been a bit more active on Twitter and social media in general this week, starting New Year, because he's dropping albums. But he, in response to what a fan asked him on Twitter and to some music journalists talking about how, I guess, after the Cool, whenever he talks about albums, he's never true or honest about them, or things don't go to fruition. So he pretty much just like, you know what, you're right. And he tweeted out a bunch of projects that he's mentioned since the Cool era, as I'm gonna call it. So he said, and for y'all that we know most of these, but for the listeners and viewers that don't, he pretty much said LOPN 100% canceled. That was the triple album that he wanted to do to close out Atlantic. Roy 100% canceled. I don't even remember what Roy is, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Cool 2 100% canceled. I do know a story behind that one. He basically was writing the whole story to do a sequel album and everything, following the Cool, the Streets, and the Game, and all that whole thing he was doing. But he said apparently that he didn't like how it was turned out, and he just scrapped it. He never returned to it since, so it's canceled. Skulls, to be determined. That was going to be the album that would have gotten next. That was going to be an all soundtrack produced album. That's produced, Show Goes On, Kick Push, Daydreaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's his boy. But for whatever reason, that's put on hold for right now. I don't know why. DMIZ, which stands for Drill Music and Zion. This album is funny because thanks to the whole Lupe versus Royce 5'9" rap beef thing they had in 2021. After that, Lupe just got super inspired. He got super fired up. He was in the super creative space. He was just dropping loosies for weeks. He was dropping random loosies on his YouTube. And in one of the songs, he actually dropped the name Drill Music in Zion, which is a challenge to write and record a whole album within 24 hours. Now, he didn't do 24 hours. He did 72 hours. And this is going to be the album. And he actually got mixed by I forgot the dude's name. The engineer that apparently did his first two albums, and he mixed Late Registration, a couple of Kanye's albums, and supposedly that dude said this is the best album he's mixed in his career. We'll see about that. But yeah, that's in mastering, and the release date will be soon, eventually. CRS, and this is why we're here talking about it. He did not say canceled. He said to be determined, which I think is insane. Because one, what? Bro, it's 2022. What? He should not have said that, bro. What does that even mean? That tells me that he must have talked to Kanye in the past.
He must have talked to somebody.
He had to. Because I know him and Pharrell have been like, yeah, sure, when in the lines, we should do this thing. You know how Kanye is now. So I don't know, man. I don't believe it either. I mean, we got Us Placers, we got Don't Stop from the Good Fridays run, but I don't know. And then of course he reiterated his thing about mixtapes. He said 100% no more will be made. And he's been on record saying that years ago. I think he's just saying just to say it. And then Lucy's.
What's the problem with mixtapes? What are you mad about mixtapes for?
He just said he doesn't like. He would rather focus on full albums than mixtapes.
Oh, okay, sure.
And instead, that it's not. I don't think it's a big deal. He said that after I think he said that after Tetsuo and Youth back in 2015. He was just like, yeah, no more mixtapes. And it's like, okay. But he's still gonna have Lucy's and just random. And he said no further projects will be announced. So yeah, CRS project. I don't believe you, bro. Like, you think you fooling? You might fool some of the other, like, I don't know.
Or people who just don't know anything about it, like who weren't around back then anticipating it.
There's a lot of people that didn't know about it though, surprisingly. Because I went on the subreddit, and of course someone made the screen cap and posted this. Some people were like, "What's CRS?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" People don't know the potential of what that could have been. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Lupe, wild, bro.
We're gonna Lupe.
But yeah, he got that DMIZ album coming this year. We don't know anything about it except it's in mastering. So
Lupe with drill music. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. We'll see though.
You're gonna hear a feature from what's the guy's name? Not Pop Smoke, obviously.
Don't say the baby.
Not the baby.
Okay.
Right. Fabio.
Oh,
Do you think Lupe gonna put Fabio on there?
Fabio?
I could see that Fabio been rapping.
That'd be interesting.
I could see that Fabio been rapping his ass off. I could see that being a thing.
I don't know, man.
I am.
I don't believe it until like he's. I don't know. I don't know what I would believe unless they say we got a new song and it's out and it's on Spotify or YouTube Music or whatever, and it's got new verses by all three of them. I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, until the music comes out, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's not worth.
I don't think it's
too
worth
hard about.
entertaining. Nah, I don't think so.
It's not worth thinking too hard about.
I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that happened. That definitely happened.
Anyways, yeah. So Lupe, we love you, and hopefully we do get some of those projects he's telling us are on the way or recorded or sitting around or whatever. Hope we can get some of that, but yeah, I don't know. CRS, I just don't believe that's going to be one of them anytime, at least not anytime soon. So that's way less likely than I ever thought we'd ever see all the Spider-Man on one screen. I always thought that had a better chance of happening than CRS album happening. So when's the last time you even seen the three of them together? You see Kanye with Pharrell sometimes. You see Lupe with Pharrell. I never seen. When's the last time you seen Kanye and Lupe together?
God knows. They both super inclusive. They both got their own mythical projects. Like Kanye had the Yandi project and the Turbo Graphics 16. I didn't know this until this came out. I saw people mention, oh, Kanye got other stuff like Kids See Ghosts 2. And I was like, wait, they were talking about a second one. Hell, I mean, that project was like, oh shit, they finally did something together between him and Cudi.
Yeah, I agree.
Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see, man. We'll see. All right, man. Let's jump into it, man. We got technically
speaking. Apologies. This is gonna be a long one.
It's up to bat.
No apologies. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Swing and a miss. The CES conference happened this past week, and with it came a bunch of what I call science projects for these bigger companies that may or may not make it to market. But they announced it anyway to display or showcase some of the technology that they may incorporate in future products that may come to market. So some of these will, some of these won't. So we're going to go through. I'm going to start off with some of the wacky stuff that was there. This one's not so wacky, but it was interesting. There were a few security systems, smart doorbells, and locks that were at CES, but this company is attempting to add all of them into one product. They're going to sell you a door with a smart door, bell, smart lock. It's going to be powered and it's going to have lights on it.
Wow.
Not sure.
Lights.
Yeah, and this may actually come to market. Interesting. Not sure. They didn't list the price yet, but all of these things all in one. They partnered with Yale and Ring to make this.
Wow.
Looks pretty interesting.
Ain't got no price, of course.
Yeah, no price, of course. Another, speaking of lights, we have Singled, I think it is. They announced a light bulb with built-in radar that can track your sleep, heart rate, and other biometric measurements in your house.
That's interesting.
If you're into that.
So when you turn it off, it's never, well, it's not, producing.
I think when you,
light or
when you turn it
anything,
off,
but-
yeah, it's not producing light, but it's still, I guess the radar is still popping off.
Bro,
So
we're
it
gonna
can-
this how the mutant gene is created. We're gonna have all sorts of like frequency signals,
yeah.
waves projecting while we sleeping. Gonna wake up floating in the air or something.
Yeah,
But no,
so-
that's that. I mean,
Scared or nothing. Y'all just here for it.
as someone that's a night
I ain't
owl,
got to put it in my house. Interesting that it exists.
Right?
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
be
it's
the
definitely interesting.
first one into.
I
You
mean,
ain't gonna have that shit day one. You gonna pre-order the
Shoot, something I may actually pre-order is this Black Plus Decker Bev capsule cocktail mixer. It's a smart.
that's-
It's a smart cocktail maker that's similar to or in form factor to the Keurigs that make your coffee.
How
That's
smart is it? Does it know like, oh, this nigga had a long day at work? He definitely need a Jack and Coke.
He need this. He need
He need extra Jack. Like, nah, he need that. I can tell.
It might be smartphone capable.
I can
You
tell
might-
from the
might
light
be able
bulb
to-
with his stress levels that he needs.
That would be interesting. You can actually I could see that coming together if you have an automation set. It can monitor your heart rate or whatever, sense how stressed you are before you get home, and the drink's already ready. That'd
Man.
be wild.
That's
That'd
as
be
smart as it gets right there.
wild. That'd be wild.
Y'all want that?
I'm perfectly fine with just
You could just
crafting
call
my
your
own
you could just
beverage.
call your girl though, and
Or you can call your girl, your partner, whoever. Just
There you
hey,
go. Start it for me. Start the bev for me, man.
yeah, go ahead and
the Bev.
Yeah.
the bev.
Start the bev, bruv.
And look
Yeah.
at that. We coin new phrases.
Only thing that sucks is that it well, okay, obviously the bottles, you have to get those yourself. If you want to make any cocktail, you got to get the bottles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the
But it
that's
does
where
have
the
these,
money
it
comes
has
in.
the capsules, so I guess whatever extra stuff would be added to those drinks, the alcoholic beverages, it'll come from the capsule itself. So
What do you mean?
so it has the capsules you put in it. Maybe it'll have I don't know, this drink comes with cinnamon or a lemon drop or whatever the hell.
Got you.
Hmm.
They'll
Yeah,
add
okay.
those items
To the cocktail drink. Got you.
Cocktail.
Oh, okay. I feel you. Oh yeah. So you would just have to buy like you buy the Keurig things. You would just buy those.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
okay, I
pop
want
it.
Jack Coke and I want a lemon drop in there. I want Jack Coke. I want
Yeah.
cream, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the way it
Okay.
attaches to the bottles is interesting. It has a suction situation. So it pulls it in
Hmm.
and drops it in your drink. It's a
Hmm.
cool little video about it. But yeah. Speaking of stress levels, if you are stressed and would like to have your bath drawn for you at the optimum temperature, Colier's Perfect Fill has an answer for that.
That I can see doing very well, depending, especially for folks that just, as soon as they get up, they may got, kids, they get a really important role in their business or job. They just hit the ground running. They're one of those super structural people, like everything must be this way. So as soon as they get home, they just, no time wasted, just get in that bathtub.
Getting that
unwind.
bathtub water. Yeah, man.
I can see that 100%. Like, yeah, not for me personally,
No, yeah.
but
I think the bathtub's included as well. It's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Yeah, that's a thing.
Wow.
And after you've drawn your bath, if you want to unwind and play a couple of games, you might enjoy a Razer modular desk dubbed Project Sophia. It has a 65 to 77 inch monitor attached with a few touchscreen interfaces that can be changed depending on how you want to monitor your situation, whether you are a gamer or a streamer or content creator. It has like, I guess, different screens that you can use. Maybe it's monitoring the system cooling, or it has like hotkeys for your streaming situation or games, or it has like sliders for if you're creating music or you're adjusting the hue of a video or picture that you just took. All of these things are possible with this modular desk. And I'm thinking when they say modular, they also mean that you can change the CPU maybe, or the GPU, RAM, storage, I'm hoping.
Probably. Yeah, from that render that you sent to us. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there can be a lot that goes to streaming if you're professional, you know. Most people have like the little, they call it the stream decks or whatever.
Yeah,
where you can like initiate certain transitions for your scenes, like going from like game and webcam to full webcam, or animations, pop-ups, music, etc. Just all that dynamic stuff. That for sure will, like you said, I'm sure there's no years and of course no prices on any of these things dropping, but
yeah,
I probably within 5 years. That's probably too long. Probably within 3 years. 3 years is the latest, I think. Yeah, I can see that being a thing.
Yeah,
only for like the top like 1% of the streamers that be making 6 figures a month and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, the whole gaming desk has been something that's a hobbyist thing that only you would even bother to undergo or make if you really cared. For this to be a potentially commercially available gaming desk, that's pretty cool, man. I think a computer in your desk is that's dope.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's a dope ass. I just, like you said though, it's very specific to who it's
for,
who's and who can afford it. Like I feel like when I say who it's for, I feel like there's a lot of us who would want.
Yeah, I got you.
Can we afford it, man?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like that's where
they didn't put a price on it, and they probably did that for a reason. But yeah, this is just a project that may or may not make it to market. Something that Razer did announce that will make it to market and I didn't even know that this came out. The Zephyr mask, their face mask.
Yes,
that actually got released.
It is out. Yeah,
they just announced, or they announced during CES, a pro version of it that comes with a voice amplifier.
Well, that can be cool.
I mean, I just assumed that the first one had it already, but
I assume too.
The Zephyr Pro mask with improvements to air filtering and a voice amp feature. And this sold out apparently as soon as they announced it.
Wow. That's pretty wow.
I mean,
low amount, small amount made or whatever. So
probably
sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I can see that.
Man, okay. Out here with this streamer stuff, man.
Yeah. Yep. As far as TVs go, a couple of splashes were made. Sony announced an A95K series. It's PS5 ready OLED TV. It has a very low latency mode. I'm not sure what the response time of that will be, but it's going to come in at 65 and 55 inch.
It's close to monitors, like 1 millisecond. That'll be pretty dope.
They also have a 48 and 42 inch version of this OLED 4K TV, along with LG's 42 inch 4K TV that they announced. TCL also announced an 8K TV that's 85 inches large, and it will cost you $10,000.
Wait, who did?
TCL.
8K, that's 10 grand?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Huh?
85-inch TV. It's an 85-inch TV though. Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
85.
It's crazy.
I mean,
that's as big as hell.
85, that's huge.
That's big. That won't even fit on our
big as
wall.
shit. Yeah, I was like,
Nah.
Yeah,
Where
make
do
a
you put
wall.
Yeah.
I guess it could. I mean,
Just
yeah,
put it over.
nah.
You don't need a window. Just
Yeah,
just have it span across it.
Yeah, right.
You don't need that. Looking outside that much. Cats do that more than humans.
Yeah.
No, but jokes aside, yeah, that's wow. Yeah, okay. 8K, 85-inch. Wow. I don't know. I mean, would any of y'all really, outside just saying like, oh, I need a bigger TV, would y'all really see any need for 8K? Like, I'm pretty good with like 4K right now. I think 4K with good HDR is like solid.
Maybe it's one of those things where you don't know what you're missing until you
Have it.
see it or have it.
I mean, yes, I get it,
I
but
don't know.
also like, I feel like there's so many other things that we got going on, and there's not enough technology to have caught up. That if you have an 8K 85-inch TV, it's just because you're rich and you want to say you have an 80K. Like you're not really having that much of an advantage against everybody because no one who's recording at that, who's producing.
Yeah, nobody's producing.
If
8K
no one's
video
putting
yet.
out content at that quality,
that would be
then-
a future-proofing type of deal.
Yeah, that's how you justify it to yourself. But you're hoping that this will eventually get cheaper so that more people can get it. But really, so if that's the case, then why do you have it now? You just got it early. I mean, that's cool. Like, I'm not judging anybody. Spend your money how you want to. I'm not. But I'm just saying, you buy it today. It's really cool. It's great. It's a nice thing to show your friends and show tech people like us. If we knew somebody would be like, oh, let me go see it. That's dope. But what do you see that's any different than what I'm seeing on my, my 4K? Other than, yeah, okay, you have an 85-inch, my bad, but I got a 70 4K. What are you seeing that's different than my quality? If they're not giving you anything higher than 4K, then we're seeing the same shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a bigger screen. That's fair. But other than that, it's the same thing. So yeah, I don't know. Is it worth dropping that much money just to say you got something early when the shows aren't going to be produced at 8K until they can produce these things where they're in the stores for at least $1,000. You got to be able to get one for in that 1 to 2K range where more people can have it to make it worth it for these studios to be like, okay, yeah, we need to up our equipment to start shooting and producing stuff in 8K. That's everything has to up. I think people don't understand that. Like, it's cool for you to have that 8K TV, but until enough people have that 8K TV to make it worth it, is it worth it for the studio to upgrade their cameras, to upgrade all their software? They got to upgrade their storage because now they're storing bigger files. Like, your editing is different. They might need new computers, everything to produce shit at that quality. If there's not enough people who can experience it, it's not going to be worth it. So until a regular person like us can save up some money and go get a $600 8K TV.
I mean, so it's not that we can't shoot 8K yet or haven't been, but I mean, because phones can shoot 8K now.
They can. Yeah, you're right.
So eventually, and usually when they release things like these, these 8K TVs that are like extraordinarily priced, it's just a glimpse into what will eventually be the norm, spec wise. But yeah, this would literally, it's priced at $10,000. Only a select few people are going to actually get this model.
And they'd be stupid for doing it, right? Like, no one should buy that. No one should buy. Then this is what I mean. Like, we don't spend responsibly. No one should buy that TV. Everybody should. That's a cool concept.
Yeah,
but no one should buy that. Don't buy it.
It just
I
Figure out how to
doubt they're
give me
making
that
this
for half price.
I doubt they're mass producing this TV either.
Yeah, that's
they,
true, and
they
that's my
aren't.
point.
It's not.
But
It's not
somebody will
commercial.
get that, and I guess I do understand. Like they're collectors, and there's different reasons why people want to spend their money. So I'm not. I don't want to be the person who's telling, but I just like it's bad for like it's just a bad thing. There's no reason for you to have a $10,000 AKG right now. There's just no reason. No reason.
It's weird.
It's just unless you are like some sort of collector, like you're really gonna preserve it and stuff like that. But you know who's gonna buy that? The TikToker that's like 16 and has a bunch of fucking money for no reason. He's gonna buy that and tell everybody how dope he is, and he doesn't give a shit. Like it's just sitting around, and they're like, but he's gonna look cool to kids. So I get it, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Some stuff I wish would, some of this stuff I do wish would just stay in concept where they just tell us the information, tell us like this is what we're looking to. We'll let you know when we can give this to you. For even if it came out at 5,000, I'd be like, okay, that's a reasonable start for like the beginning of where we're getting this at. Like I could see, because I could see that. That's not too crazy. But no, I'm not buying it. But 5K to start at that for a super luxury item, okay, that's not wild. But I mean, 10K.
There's no real need on a house, man. There's no need for it unless you just got that much money, just spend it. I just want to have the new thing first on some hype beast shit.
And that's what it'll be. Batman mug today, folks. Batman.
Nice. Game Boy mug, which I mean, it's not lit up because I drank most.
Yeah, I'm about to say the Gotham side. We had the same type of cup. My Gotham.
Oh, really? Oh, that's fire. Oh, I
kind of see it. The bat signal.
Yeah, the bat signal. All right. Yeah, I gotta get my mug game up for that. But yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of big ass displays, Samsung, I don't know if you know about their Odyssey line, but they are big as hell and they're curved monitors. The one that they have on market right now is 49 inches. At CES, they announced Odyssey Arc, which is 55 inches. It's a 55-inch curved monitor, bro. I don't even think my desk is 55 inches long.
Fire. I would never buy this right now.
That's why
I live, but this is fire.
It can be oriented in horizontal or vertical for you coders and TikTokers. If that is your cup of tea.
Wait. Say it again. Wait. I'm confused. What just happened?
It can be oriented horizontally or vertically.
Oh,
yeah.
There's a lot of monitors do that. Yeah. This monitor.
Can you? But they even like you can see a visual of it. It looks ridiculous. That curved monitor oriented that.
I think I saw a picture of that. The one you're talking about.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like the curve is just like.
But can you see it up? Like, oh my goodness, that's wild.
Yeah, it looks kind of crazy.
Watch like 10 TikToks in one sitting.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
I get sensory overload.
How much is this? I want this.
I don't know if they gave it. They put a price on it, but
damn right they didn't. Now this can be 10K.
The Odyssey, the 49-inch Odyssey, I think that's like 1,000.
Oh, really?
Let me see.
Now this is dope. This is dope. No, this is dope. I mean, I feel like this would be overkill for me. Like I don't know what I just, because I'm not gonna want to do nothing but play my PS5 on it. But
it's $1,600 for this one, 49-inch Odyssey G9 gaming.
$1,600 for a monitor.
If you're into that,
into it.
Yeah.
I wish it came with a black look to it. It has like a white back panel. I wish it was black.
Yeah, they do that with some of their stuff. I know this.
Of course, with the RGB and all the rest of it going on. And
wait, what do you mean? I don't see the. You said it's a white. Oh. Okay. I see what you're saying. No, I mean, I don't know. That's still cool, man.
Speaking of Samsung, they announced a solar cell, a new solar cell TV remote. They already had one of these. It was powered by solar energy, but this new solar cell TV remote harvests electricity from radio waves beaming out of your Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, that's intriguing. I didn't even know that was a possibility.
They state they state that switching to solar powered remotes could avoid 99 million discarded batteries over the course of 7 years.
99 million.
Renewable.
This is a really this is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
If it works as intended and
Yeah, this
doesn't
could
cause like cancer or anything.
Yeah,
that makes me nervous. If
That's
it can
that
charge,
makes me nervous.
if it can charge something remotely like this,
that's really
what
cool.
waves are being sent to do that? How does that affect us
is
over
what
time?
I'm thinking. Like,
That's what I
okay,
need
so
to know,
these
because, like,
waves are just being sent out.
Because if that's the case, then I need to leave my remote in a very specific area that I know.
Put in a container
in that way. No, see, it just got to be like, I'd rather turn it off and then, like, say at night we turn it on, leave it right next to it, so the waves shouldn't even be traveling nowhere far, right? Like, it's just
absorbs them all,
just right here, and then I can go to bed and it can sit there. Like, I just wonder, what does that do? Have they looked at that side of it? That's the only thing that concerns me with that. But if it works as intended with no crazy side effects to us as humans, that's dope. Like, I would love to not have to keep buying fucking batteries. Like, I'm kind of sick that the Google TV remotes aren't just like rechargeable or something. Like,
right.
Me, I'm like, we got rechargeable mice now. Like, I just plug this. There's no batteries I'll get for this. I plug it in every now and again. And I say every now and again.
That's my next mouse.
I literally haven't plugged this thing in like maybe 3 months. And I finally plugged in the other day just because it started finally like dying out a little bit. Like, it just stays charged. And it's not like I turn it off consistently. I just leave it on sometimes. Like, it's wild. You can't tell me these little remotes that for these, like, Fire Sticks and stuff like that, they shouldn't need batteries. They should at least be rechargeable. So if we can do something like this, I don't know.
What we need to do is add a way to ping our remotes.
That too. Yeah, Ian,
for real.
Ian been advocating for that.
How many times I gotta ask?
No, Ian been advocating for that. It is true though. We do need that.
Like, you got all this advanced technology we throw in. Yeah, we can. Come on, man. I mean, that's kind of an easy. That would be an easy.
Yeah, but it's got to be convenient to how you attach it to it, though. And most of these remotes, like the Google TV remote, is a small little. It's not really convenient to, or even like think about like the Amazon Fire Stick remote. Where would you put an AirTag on that? I mean, I guess you kind of tape it on the front or something, but yeah,
you can like
thin adhesive AirTags.
You can create a silicone sleeve for your remote, and it has like an area where you can attach an AirTag or something, or the sleeve itself can be a Find My.
I'd be forgetting.
Or they just have some of the it's probably not feasible, but like embedded in that silicone, just have part of the little circuitry or whatever in it.
Well, I mean, there are a few products. Speaking of which, a few products were announced.
Okay, I'm in the ballpark.
A few products were announced that have Find My built in. There's a bunch of bags that were announced. There's also this Chipolo card that's as small as a credit card that can fit in your wallet and adds the Find My feature to your wallet. So it's not out of the ballpark. It's something that can be done, man. Okay, it just needs to be done.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Come on then, engineers out there, or Ian, just do it yourself.
Yeah.
You and Crystal got that. Y'all can. She can code it. You can
put it together.
Y'all got that, man.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the topic of Apple, Schlag, a popular door lock company, announced a smart deadbolt lock with NFC built into it. So it is, I want to say this is the first door lock that is compatible with Apple's Home Key. So you can use your like phone or your watch to unlock the door.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah,
I think it's the first of hopefully a bunch of.
As long as no one can emulate that same signal.
Oh, that's
Put it on their own thing. Because I know
that's
those
the thing.
exist. That's how people just be yanking your phone shit when they walk around.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know. I don't know if like how. I mean, I imagine Apple doesn't have any proprietary way it does it through NFC, but like I've heard of it for like Android phones. Like people can like get these specific like little chips they just have in their pocket. Just if you see someone, you know, the little thing in movies where they do the brush by someone, say, "Hey, excuse me," and
Yeah.
they just yank half your shit or whatever. They got you. Like if you have like you know, your smart wallet type situation in there, Google Wallet, Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, all that, then they can just get some information off you. But yeah, that's just hypotheticals. On paper, for the original attention, this sounds dope.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Hopefully, more
We have to
locks.
see the negative side of all this shit.
Well,
I'm sorry, man.
We have to.
Like,
No, we do have to look.
I'm
at
just
the,
trying to be
the whole
realistic.
thing,
I'm not trying to
just
be on the
sucks.
extreme paranoid side, but you got to like consider some things.
I mean,
that's most purchases now.
Yeah, the Find My thing was a dope feature. Just we'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that it could be used to track you nefariously.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, cool tech if used the right way.
Yeah, there's too much fiction of things going bad with the good tech.
Yeah,
I can't help it, man. I can't help it. But nah, on the surface, it sounds great.
Yeah. Also, that's something that wasn't it wasn't a CES announcement, but it came out during that week. There's a rumor that's strongly pointing towards Apple ditching the notch and having a hole punch display. It could be in pill shape, or it could be hole punch. Yeah, that whole notch right there, that might be going
that forehead. Woo, buddy.
They're saying that they're going to tuck all of that technology, the radar and all the rest of it, under the display and just keep the camera visible.
That's cool.
So I guess you don't the radar that they use to detect your face and depth of field and all the rest of it doesn't need to be as clear as the camera would need to be. So they were able to tuck all those sensors under the display. Potentially, we'll see if that actually happens. If it does happen, I will be getting the iPhone 14. Like for real, I will be getting it. Like,
yeah.
All right, you heard it here first.
Well,
that's happening.
Yeah, I'd probably jump.
Hopefully, it also comes with Type C, but I mean that's wishful thinking at this point.
Is it? Yeah, probably, right.
I mean, I don't know. I can't stand Apple, so I
the guy who talks about them.
Talk about it. I'll tell you.
I mean, the stuff you care about most.
Can't stand them, but let me tell you about all the amazing things they're doing week in and week out. No, I love this development. This is great.
Just make weird choices.
No, they do. Facts.
Weird choices, man.
Can't deny that.
But yeah. In car-related news, a few things were announced. A few more manufacturers entered the EV market, including Cadillac and Chrysler.
Oh yeah, okay. American cars.
Yeah, American cars. Chevy also entered the EV race with their best-selling pickup, the Silverado, which has a crazy range of 400 miles on a single charge.
Oh wow.
That's probably under perfect conditions without towing anything. I'm getting.
No,
I don't know how they rate these things, but they don't disclose.
They have different ratings. Like sometimes, I think that one is, just strictly. I think it's highway mileage, or highway mileage, and then they have other statistics for like how much torque or whatever when they're pulling.
Probably weather conditions too.
Whether
it's cold. Yeah,
that's good, man.
Speaking of mowing, and cars. John Deere, there's a tractor trailer. They incorporated sensors and cameras. I don't think it's at least retrofit. Okay, so it's retrofitting cameras and sensors on John Deere tractor trailers or tractors to have them move on their own. to drive themselves.
Autonomous
snap.
tractors.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Revolutionizing farming.
Revolutionizing farming.
Man, flat lands and straight roads for miles on end.
Y'all hear that?
It just makes sense.
No.
No, man,
okay.
our mics are good, man. They just,
Yeah,
it might be part of the
Yeah.
Zoom software.
Yeah, Zoom software is incredible.
Might be cutting it out for y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, especially because I be typing sometimes. You say you don't really hear it, so yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm hearing this shit clear today, and I'm like, yeah. All right, good. Cool.
Another vehicle news, Mercedes announced its Vision EQXX, which is now dubbed the longest range on an EV. It beats out Lucid Air's 520 miles. It's now it runs for 648 miles on a single charge.
That's a 600 right there.
That's a long. I mean, can't even get that on gas at all.
Man, and here I am looking for gas vehicles.
Do you remember? Like, I don't even remember how long ago this was. I'm gonna say years back. Remember there were rumors. Maybe it was during the George Bush era. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Steam powered car.
Was it the air?
Corn?
Cars?
There was air power.
So there was a core.
It was
There's
air, and
compressed
it was
air.
getting like
Compressed air
600.
one.
It was getting like 600 miles or something. And they were like, Bush will never do it because he's got too much like investment in oil or whatever. But it was like in France or something like that. I'll find.
I remember that.
I
feel like we mentioned that once on this podcast.
We did mention that once, I think.
Literally,
yeah, that's the thing, and I think it's a pretty reasonably priced means of fueling a car. I don't think it's expensive to do that. Like right now,
2004.
Right now, the biggest concern with everybody getting the EV is like the grid's not prepared to have everybody charging their car at night
at the same time.
That's just gonna be pushed for these companies to put more of them out there.
And infrastructure and all the rest of it that needs to happen.
Yeah, I think it's just a natural progression. Like it's if they can foresee or project how many more EVs are gonna be on the road and stuff like that. Per like major cities and all that, then yeah, I think those companies
they'll have to
be planning for it. Yeah, they should be like, okay, we need X off this many parking places in a parking lot, parking garage, whatever, for charge stations. So yeah, I think it's just part of it. If they're projecting correctly, then
yeah,
it should be able to scale up.
The way all these automakers are pushing these EVs out, it seems like the projections are looking EV related.
I don't know, man. It's still weird to me to see people like that don't even live like in this area just randomly, because there's now, I don't know if I told you that, but we have a Tesla charging station here at the Publix.
Okay.
And they also built another. I don't remember. I have to go back and look at the name for y'all. I should have done that before. I just came here trying to sound cool. But there's another charging station. It's not Tesla. It's another charging station that's there.
Electrify America.
Nah, I think it starts with like a T or something.
Oh, I don't know.
I'd have to go look. Or maybe I'm wrong and it is exactly what you said, and I'm just a dumbass, which is very possible. But it's just, you see like random people sitting out here, and I don't know. It's just weird because you see people, and I'm like, I know you definitely don't live over here, and I don't know if y'all know the type of people. Like, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're in your car and you just stay in your car, you should be all right charging or whatever. But if you one of those, like, I'm just hang around or I'm just leaving my stuff sitting in my car, whatever, like, you got to be careful where you just randomly charging your vehicle at. And it's just a weird thing to me. I don't know. It's just, I can't really wrap my mind around this. I guess like the concept of this whole.
I mean, that might be a sign that, gentrification might be coming your way, man.
Oh no, I've told you I didn't tell you we got a Chipotle over here now. On Wesley Chapel?
It's
over with.
It's the beginning.
We got Chipotle on Wesley Chapel.
The beginning of the end.
That's on Wesley Chapel.
On Wesley Chapel. It's
Wait, really?
You know the Chick-fil-A? It's across from the Chick-fil-A.
Is it across for real? Oh
Yes.
wow! I haven't been over there. Honestly, I've been over there since between stuff. So
what's Memorial Drive going to look like?
Oh, Memorial. Oh, wait till they,
man. Memorial Drive is probably
get to trying to sweep Memorial Drive out. The issue is there's some black businesses over there on Memorial Drive.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little black. I won't call it Wall Street, but it's like a little black thrift market, I guess you could call it. Flea market type thing. It's not really a flea market. That sounds disrespectful, but it's like, it's just a little like
section of like
you just go in there. It's like it's basically like it's just a mall basically. It's a mall, but real stores. It's a mall, but there's no name brand stores.
Black-owned businesses, and
it's just black-owned businesses in there. In little slots, from shorts to t-shirt, all types of clothes and whatever. There's stuff like that. I want that stuff to still be preserved, but I also want them to build Panera Breads and Chipotle's and shit like that.
Gotta get my broccoli and cheese bread bowls.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, yeah, man. So it's looking nice out here.
Speaking of things that are looking nice, BMW
fucking talent
showed off.
It's this talent. I'm not even scared of this talent. He just got it like that, bro.
He's not even hesitating, bro. He just right into it, like, yo, pick it right back up.
I asked for it. I said, hey, I want you to buy this shit. He said.
BMW showed off its e-inked body panel tech. I think you guys might have seen this on Twitter. They showed off a car that can change colors at the push of a button.
Oh man, what?
Okay.
Yeah, the entire, and it's like dope as hell how it looks when they press the button. It goes from white to black, and it just fades out. I think I sent the article in here.
IX Flow concept car.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh
so you can literally just change your car color whenever you feel like it.
Oh, that's cool as hell. Like, today feels like oh man.
That's
shit,
wild.
that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it can make it just do that in like patterns too. Like it just have to be one.
You could have gradients and all types of shit.
Gradients and shit. Yeah, have it flowing.
Man.
These niggas really just brought fucking.
You pull up to the spot. You could turn your car into midnight black in seconds.
Even the rims.
Let me find a video of it.
Even down to the rims, bro.
I'm at the part of the video with the ladies talking about how it could benefit people in a number of ways. I'm like, bro, it can definitely help you get away from the police.
Facts. What you mean? Like, all I'm thinking about is
100%.
Bro, this is niggas is really about to play Need for Speed, bro.
Oh man,
what are you gonna do when this hits the hood, bro? What are you gonna do?
It was a
We're looking for a black. We're looking for a red. We're looking for a green. We're looking for, bro. I don't know.
I don't know what we're looking for anymore.
Oh, this
nigga blended in.
If it were just like this,
this cannot be. They cannot give this to the public. We cannot have this. We can't have this.
That's so cool, right now, man.
No, this is dope. We can't have this.
Oh, this is
we're not responsible enough for this.
The body wrap is made of e-ink.
Where you can change the rim.
Oh Lord, we about to be going crazy. We all, 20 some years.
It's about to look like a comic book.
Oh wait, no, it says the video I found says for now, the colors limit to black, white, and gray.
Oh, okay.
Black, white,
for now.
Yeah,
for now.
The second this hits the streets, we hacking that, and we unlocking all the colors.
My shit turn red in seconds.
Nigga, we unlocking everything.
Someone do a hit and run. They change the shit from red to blue. I was never there. Yeah.
I'm out.
All right, Juice, come on, chill.
Bro, oh my god, yeah, no,
Who's feeling the excitement?
You cannot just give this to the public, bro. You can't just give this to the public, though. You can't just give this to people.
Man, yeah, this is crazy.
That's not right. They know what's gonna happen. They know. If I know, they know, right? Like if we can figure out, crime is going up when this hits the streets, bro.
It is, man. It really is.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you can't get away from the police yourself, you can have somebody else get away from the police for you with Sony's Visions S02 prototype that demonstrates
can't be stopped.
There's a bunch of videos that demonstrate remote or assisted driving tech via 5G connection. They had the demonstration show somebody in Tokyo driving somebody in Germany on their track. Yeah.
That's some 007 dun 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 type of shit. Like what?
It's cool in a test setting. It ain't cool when
it ain't.
It's not, man.
Out here
it's
driving.
not. You're trying to go to work, and all of a sudden you get your car. All of a sudden gets off on the wrong exit.
Nah.
So, hey, my man.
Yo, hey, where you going? No. Actually, this autonomous driving program facility has been taken over, and we're actually taking you to our human trafficking center now. Like, yo, like what you mean? Like that's how quick. But what you gonna do? You gonna jump out? They done locked all the doors.
They unlocked all the doors.
They done overrid your car now, and you just driving. Hey, maybe they'll let you still, play the little games in your little electric vehicles or something. Play your
call the
PS5
cops and tell them that you're being hijacked.
Nah, you ain't calling nobody.
And they're gonna tell them it's the color of your car and it's gonna change in the
yeah, dunzo. I'm in a black. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. And you don't know what I changed it to.
You don't even know.
You don't even know what I changed it to.
Oh man.
Come on, man. Nah, you dunzo, man. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, but with that, Sony announced its efforts to enter the automotive industry with its company called Sony Mobility. So I think they revealed a car last year called the Vision S EV, and this is the Vision S EV SO2, which is an SUV variant. The SEV was a sedan. So this is their two cars that they're going to be entering the automotive industry with, both of which are electric. Interesting to see tech companies that don't typically make cars.
I love it. I do love it.
Like even with Apple,
I think especially in this electric vehicle like phase we're coming into, that I'm guessing is going to eventually take over when they figure out how to do it environmentally safe enough and without blowing out, because I could just see if too many of us get electric vehicles at once, we're just going to be blowing out
the grid. We're
just going to blow out the grid left and right. So it can't be like a mass wave. But if this is the way we're going, before it was, all this traditional stuff and engines and all this, and that's, I could see Sony being like, yo, I'm not investing in that. Why would I want to? But now it's all computers and chips. And Sony's like, well, we have computers and chips. All I got to do is put a car frame around my computers and chips now. Oh, well, I can do that. And we can get some wheels and So I'm interested to see. I want to see the full integration that they do with this stuff, because I was seeing people talk about how, all the little upgrades and how you can like play your PS5 and different stuff in Teslas and stuff like that. Right. And that's cool. But I feel like Sony could take it even a step further with like the remote play. And as long as I'm signed into my account and whatever internal Wi-Fi or whatever, even if I don't get Wi-Fi, if I'm at home and I can sync up with my saves and stuff, and I can bring a save on and I can just play Guardians of the Galaxy or FIFA in the car while I'm charging it somewhere else on the road. Like I just feel like they could do more because it's their stuff they're integrating with it versus work, trying to get Tesla to work with this or that or whatever. I want to see Sony and Microsoft jump into this stuff. Like I could see people having basically a home office in their car. Like
Microsoft, that'd be wild.
You know what I mean? Like that could be crazy. Apple. Like imagine, like come on, man. The Apple vehicle coming in, like just the way they would integrate, and then the way they partner together, because they'd have to partner together to make things, because I don't want just my Apple car and then I can't do anything with my Sony products or whatever. Like I want to be able to, so you got to be able to mesh still. And I think they'll get there. That's why I'm just like watching. I just listen to you week in and week out and I'm just like, okay, it sounds like I'm getting to a place where maybe I'd want to jump in. I'd want to try the Sony car. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Definitely. My next whip might mess around and be an EV for real. I think we're gonna try to do we'll have one gas car, one EV car.
Yeah, it goes.
You should, y'all know. I mean, yeah, y'all got the Casa. Y'all definitely should.
Respect it.
So yeah, but that's your technically speaking in a nutshell.
We out here, man.
Dope. All right, man. Let's keep it pushing. Time for some console tea. We've been drinking tea all episode.
Console tea.
Or coffee. We've been drinking out of mugs.
I mean, we mean mugging today.
We mean mugging.
Haha. But all right. So it's kind of like a I mean, I can't even match the segue guide.
Yeah.
We just
Thank goodness I don't have to do a segue today. Oh, pressure
I'm
off
working
me.
on it. But I guess also at CES, but this is the tail end to this. Sony had a CES conference mostly dedicated to their VR headset for PS5, which they've officially dubbed Prepare Yourself. the PlayStation VR 2.
Hey, man, you gotta appreciate with all of these crazy names that they got going on, Samsung's wild names, like basically welcome.
Standard.
Some will even want to shorthand it to the PSVR 2. All right, so
Yep.
Something going crazy, but no, bucking the trends. All right, but yeah, so they came through. They're like, hey guys, guess what? We showed the controllers last year in a random blog, the PSVR controllers. They announced the PSVR 2 and the VR controllers, which they're courageously naming the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controller. So
they're just out there with the names, man. They taking some risks.
Woo! Should have sensed that one coming. But yeah, so they gave some little stats. I'm not going to go through the nitty gritty of it, but I'm gonna just say the bullet points what they put on their blog. So for each headset, they're gonna offer 4K HDR, 110 degrees field of view, which is pretty great. It means basically what your screens mean wider. And they call it foveated rendering. They're gonna have a newer cutting edge OLED display, and the display resolution will be I've never seen this number before. 2000 by 2040 per eye, and smooth frame rate, refresh rate of 90 to 120 hertz, which is pretty wild. That's just here in your eyes. So
120 hertz,
up to 120 hertz, which is that. Wow. I think the current PSVR, I think it only goes up to 60.
60.
I think. Doesn't go over that. Headset-based controller tracking. With inside-out tracking, the VR2 tracks you and your controller through integrated cameras embedded in the headset. You know, when VR first started, like the first Oculus and the first the Vives or whatever, the HTC Vive, I think is who made it. You'd have to set up some cameras in like an area to dictate the spatial degrees and everything, how it would detect everything like that. So now we got to where it's just within the headset. And this isn't the first time it's been done, but for this is a leak from the PSVR 1. Sensory features. It's gonna have eye tracking, headset feedback, 3D audio, and as they call it, the innovative PSVR 2 Sense controllers to create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. So it's pretty much gonna have all the dual sense haptics in those controllers. They pretty much
that's wild.
Yeah. So it's not gonna just be like the Move controllers from PS3 days with the PSVR 1. It's they create brand new controllers for it. They kind of have like this kind of rounded type of thing around it, and each one is like you're holding like a Joy-Con, not a Joy-Con, a nunchuck. It's kind of like that. A nunchuck, yeah, it's kind of like that. Each one looks like that. And then it has the eye tracking as well. They go deeper into the eye tracking, detects the motion of your eyes. So a simple look in a specific direction can create an additional input for the game character. So it's not just you're doing all the head motion. You can just kind of look around and you'll detect it, which is pretty wild. This allows players to interact more intuitively in new and lifelike ways, as they say, allowing for a heightened emotional response and an enhanced expression. So yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in it. And not only they show that, they also did a trailer for I guess it's going to be really a showcase game for this called it's a Horizon game called Horizon Call of the Mountain from Guerrilla and Firespray. Co-developing. Firespray is a studio they just recently acquired, like within the past several months. So there we go. Now we know what they're doing. Huh?
Yeah. You don't like you're a fan of the Horizon? You don't like it, or
oh the video?
Do I really want robotic dinosaurs charging after me in virtual reality?
Yeah,
hey, you can hit.
I was freaking out just watching Aloy. You want me to go through it now?
This nigga Ian about to be we gonna have to record Ian playing VR games, bro. That's gonna be go viral right there. That nigga Ian
screaming.
You know my favorite thing to do right now is to watch the it's like some boxing game that's on VR right now, or I don't know if it's Oculus or PlayStation, but niggas recording people doing the boxing shit, and that shit be hilarious because niggas really be they be talking shit, they be really boxing the air for it, like niggas is really like moving and Yo, and it's the way this one dude was boxing. I was like, yo, they must have put this shit on like expert master Mike Tyson or something, because the way he was swinging and ducking and dodging, I'm like, bro, you're either getting your ass kicked right now.
Nigga fighting Muhammad Ali over here.
I don't know who he was fighting, bro. But he was
VR boxing sounds fun as hell, though.
It does.
That sounds fun as hell.
Yo, imagine,
imagine I want to try this shit.
Tournaments where people box each other.
That'd be
kind
of insane.
Bro, that's why, bro. You know this metaverse shit is popping off, man. You know.
Yeah, we're well on our way. They didn't give like a year release for this, but I'm pretty certain it's gonna come out this year, like
probably
back half of the year,
at least by holiday season.
By holiday season, yep.
Yeah. Now, okay, so looking at this for me, I thought two things about this. One, this shit high end as hell. And two, this shit's gonna be expensive. Like, I don't even think it's gonna be 500. I think it might be 600. How much was the
PSVR 1?
When it first came out.
When it first came out, yeah.
It was like 400.
Was it 4 when it dropped?
Mm-hmm. I mean, now they've had bundles.
Actually, you know what? That sounds right. I remember we were complaining about it being as expensive as a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I foresee if they somehow get this to 500, then wow. But I foresee this being close to 600.
If it drops at 400, you buy one?
Not immediately. I
probably wouldn't rush to buy it immediately either. But the whole reason
depends on the games they got there. Yeah, my bad. Just depends on the games that's there.
That's facts. I mean, the only reason I didn't like the first one is just because of the wires. Like I haven't been a fan of all these wires yet. Like I'm bougie. I'm waiting for the.
No, I'm like that too.
Tuck my glasses on and VR shows up. Yeah. I want to look like a spy kid. I want to just pop on some glasses,
have like the little
shit. Yeah, and then just like I want to be. You know what it is? It's because we've seen too much stuff in fiction. We've seen too much like
we have high expectations.
Tony Stark and even Peter Quill with his glasses, like in his mask. If you play Guardians, you're gonna see how his mask and shit works and using that. And it's like, oh, like this is. I want it to be like that. I want to just put on something simple and then it just. I'm immersed in whatever this is now. Like I want it to be that type of experience. I hate like this. Before people were looking like they were like. I don't know, like they're trapped by like an evil villain or something. All these wires coming out of their heads and like attached and shit. It just look crazy to me.
On some X-Men Cerebro.
Yeah.
It definitely takes you away from the immersion.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, yeah, that is one thing that they mentioned with this, and it could be it's an improvement, but I guess for some that wanted to go a bit further. Now, the PSVR 2 only requires one cable plugged into the PlayStation. It's not fully wireless like the Oculus Quest 2 and all that, but I mean that's like a cheaper product. I think it's like 300. So, but yeah, one cable. You don't need a separate box and like multiple cables to set up with it. So at least they reduce it just one plug-in, which is good. Yeah. But you're still going to be tethered to it. But yeah, that's all they really came through with at CES. But I mean, hell, that's cool. That's I mean. The only time I've really experienced VR in the past few years was back in, I think I mentioned this on this pod once before, but it was back in 2018. There's like a VR bar in Atlanta, off of Ponce, like going towards downtown Midtown area, and it was called like the Reverie VR bar. And they had like some games there you can try out. This is in 2018, so this is pre-COVID. They still had wipes for everything between people using stuff. The only games I tried in there was Super Hot VR and was there another one? Actually, no, I think Super Hot VR.
And it was PlayStation VR that they had.
No, they had I think they had the Oculus. I think they had two different ones. They had the Oculus, and I think they had separate rooms you can go into. They're like glass rooms. You can kind of see through and see other people's. And they had chairs you can sit down, like watch the person go through and play whatever. And they had a bar because it's a VR bar.
Yeah, it's a VR bar.
But yeah, they Super Hot VR was actually pretty dope because it was like, the gist of that game is every time you move, the enemies move, and you're supposed to go through and like kill them and get you like an endpoint in each level. It's like a puzzle game, really.
Yeah.
But with this, every time you move the VR on, they will move, and you would see like the bullets fly towards you or past you or things. And so basically, and you had the controller, you had the 2 controllers there, and you basically had to like
Dodge,
move, and it was actually pretty cool. I was like, oh shit, like I actually figured it out. Like you had to go behind cover and like shoot over and get it was actually fire. I'm not gonna lie. It was actually cool. I was like, okay. Like, and that's the thing about VR. On the surface, you're like, who wants to look goofy wearing this big
ass mask? Yeah. In the confines of your own home, maybe.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
the only place, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Most people. But like when you actually experience it, it's like, okay, I get the idea. And this can be real cool depending on what's being made. So
my only experience with VR was with the PlayStation VR, the first one, and that one gave me really bad motion sickness, so it kind of turned me off to VR.
And that's it too. Yeah, like that's it too. Like that one, So I back in college, there was like a game club, and I think Adrian was with it. Shout out to Adrian, friend of ours. They somehow secured like one of the early Oculi, whatever, Oculus headsets, and they had like a little test game, and that was really rough for me back then. I know Oculi. That was really,
bro.
Making words, but that actually was disorienting for me. It was really, I had to take my glasses off, but it was blurry, and when moving around, it was disorienting. So, but that was back in like 2013. It was back in 2013, and the other one we'll talk about was 2018. So there's been strides. I haven't tried PSVR. I've never done the first PSVR. So, but I've had a fleeting interest, but this is cool.
Yeah, same.
I'd have to hear from others who get it in whenever. But yeah, so I'm sure they're gonna talk about this more later on in the year. Horizon VR game coming to it. Didn't really show much outside of like you're not being Aloy, you're just gonna be a character, and they had some dudes like, oh, wake up, there's people attacking, blah blah.
What color my hand's gonna be?
You know. Come on, you know.
That's all I'm saying.
Man, who knows? But yeah, so that's all Sony had from CES with VR. Coming to a PS5 you can barely purchase near you. But
facts.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, so let's switch gears again. Some Nintendo news. I didn't expect this. There's some analysts made a little top of the year predictions and stuff. They do this yearly. Some certain people here and there for all aspects of the gaming sphere. But they did one dude named Dr. Serkan Toto. He runs this kind of gaming like publication type thing. I think they're based out of Japan, but he speaks English and Japanese. And he pretty much made a report saying like, yeah, Mario Kart 9 is in active development at Nintendo, and that there's going to be a twist. It's like it's part of the reason why we haven't heard of one is just because of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's success on the Switch, being the best-selling game, got like almost damn near 40 million sold or whatever.
Yeah, we haven't got a new Mario Kart forever, so
yeah, bro.
Folding. I folded and bought that shit because I just wanted to play Mario Kart.
I mean, I got it. I mainly got it. Well, one is on the Switch, so I was like, yeah, no one's playing Wii U anymore, and no one bought the Wii U. And two, they actually fully fleshed out the battle modes in that. So I was like, oh, perfect. Because it was some weird half-ass thing on the Wii U version where like all the racing stuff was fire, but the battle was just like this weird. They just took some of the tracks and you just drive aimlessly down them. And if you found someone, you throw a green shell at them, and then that's it. And they lose a balloon. That was about, but it really felt like an afterthought on the Wii U, which was really strange. But yeah, so Mario Kart 9 is being made. I mean, that's not really surprising, but it's cool to hear someone that's reputable talk about it in a public type way. Honestly, what I would want for Mario Kart 9 at this point is like have like a more, I don't know, like have more of like a single player mode to it of some sort, more single player content. We know they got the races down pat. We got that. But like if you were to go buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe like today, you get in your Switch, you're like, oh man, I got me a Switch, got the new Mario Kart or the latest Mario Kart. Most of the single player in those games are just play through the cups, unlock your characters, unlock your cards. Now you have all the characters unlocked, you have all the courses unlocked, or the tracks, whatever. You just unlocking bits and pieces for your carts, and that's it. So there's not much of a progression. Like you're purely getting just the race online, which is great, but I think they could build on that more. So,
More single player, like a story experience, something like that.
yeah, story
Yeah.
experience. Yeah, you know, like have like, you know, like, oh, you like do like mission
campaign.
mode or racing. Yeah, like or like campaign almost. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to put something to it, just like they do with like Mario Tennis and Mario Golf, like how they put the
Yeah.
little story there with why
Even
you're
Brawl.
playing the game or whatever, you know?
Yeah, like yeah, and like we're all like you said, in like the
Or
subspace
yeah.
share. Yeah, so I think they can definitely do that. But I don't think it's gonna come out in the current Switch. I think they're gonna wait until they do the next Switch or whatever.
Switch.
You think so? Yeah, so
I think so.
So I let's talk about that real quick. You think, because I am and I, you know, we talk about Nintendo and them making poor decisions sometimes, and
Right.
I just, do you think it's going to be a brand new like a brand new console, or you think it's just going to be like a Switch Pro?
I think it's gonna be I think they're gonna keep the form factor because when they have some of their earning reports and all the boring business stuff, and I read them sometimes. I actually read some of the little things they put out. They have mentioned their future hardware they said that it would pretty much iterate on the hybrid concept, which is the Switch, which is great. Because if they deviate, then I'd be pissed off, and we go up another Wii U situation. But at this point, especially like the chip shortages and stuff like that, and they work closely with NVIDIA on the chip that they got in there, I'm expecting like it's gonna be a brand new system. It's gonna have a new NVIDIA chip in it. I don't know if they're gonna have backward compatibility. I will hope so, but for like current Switch stuff. But I think it's gonna be a brand new system. It's just gonna be a hybrid again. It's gonna be a tablet. I think I will hope they have improved Joy Cons, and they just have better system functionality if they can put more RAM and stuff in there. Because I've come to the conclusion now. I mean, we already know Nintendo's always behind on online stuff in general, as far or like system UI stuff. But I truly believe they went super lightweight with it on the Switch because they purely wanted as much juice for games to run as possible. I 100% believe that. I'm not saying they were waiting for like a new Call of Duty to finally be made for it, because that didn't happen. But I think like for their games or their partners or whatever, they wanted as much juice available for performance. I dead ass think that's what the case is. But yeah, long-winded answer. I do think it's gonna be a brand new system. I don't think they're gonna do a Switch Pro anymore. Like they're not gonna do like a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X. At this point, they're just gonna go straight for next gen in like 2023, at the latest 2024. That's what I think.
Okay.
And I think
yeah.
The only reason why I think I think they're gonna save the Mario Kart for then is because I mean they see how it's selling now. They might use that as like a way to drive new sales and all that for the next system.
They're gonna launch with it. Yeah,
or at least launch around it. Because like when the Switch came out, Zelda came out at March. This Mario Kart came out like a month and a half after that, so it was very early. So yeah, that's what I think. I could be wrong. Hell, they could just say, "Fuck it, we're dropping the next year," and then maybe they'll do the scummy thing and do like a 4K version for the Switch 2, and charge 60 again for it. But I don't know.
My suggestion to Nintendo, and I know it's not like they're listening to us or anything, but my suggestion would be that while I do think it'd be cool to see a new Switch come, I think they also need to not just put this Switch on the back burner right now. Like a lot of people did pay for the expansion upgrade. You know what I mean? Like it's, you know, I have it, you know what I mean? Like I still want to see that used and fleshed out on this current Switch leading up to whatever the new one coming is. Like I want to see more being pushed, because since the Animal Crossing thing, which was cool, it worked out, you know, and I'm giving them time, but it's been 2 months now, and there hasn't been anything else added on here. You know, we got the N64 stuff, and we got the Animal Crossing DLC. That was cool. What else am I paying extra for now per month that I'm not getting with just the regular stuff? Because if that was the case, other than the N64 stuff, right now it's basically I'm paying extra per month to have the N64 stuff on my Switch.
Yeah, I mean,
So
at this
they're
point,
pushing.
and that was my criticism when we first got announced, and we had our initial excitement moment. Then that was part of my criticism. I was like, it's pretty steep for a year, and I mean, fortunately, you can divvy it up into the little family plans and all that. But still, if a solo person is out here like, I want to play Mario 64 on my Switch, all of a sudden, you gotta pay from the $20 annually to $50 annually. And I mean, they're adding stuff like they added the Paper Mario in December, and they're adding Banjo Kazooie this month. Oh shit, yeah, this month, this month. You're gonna have Banjo Kazooie sometime this month.
Yes, I mean there is some stuff being added at least to the N64 stuff, which is good, but I want to see more game stuff being added on there. If it's not a free game, more free DLCs. Even if it's a game I don't play, I'd rather see. I just want to see.
Yeah,
that.
I do think they're gonna add more DLC as like a bonus under there. I do, especially how they handle Animal Crossing, which partially I think that's because Animal Crossing we all bought it. Even people like us that don't ever be buying those games, we bought it just because we was all inside in 2020. Right, I think they saw that as an opportunity to push more of those expansion pack $50 subscriptions. 30 some, like say, we sold 90 some million Switches and 33 million bought Animal Crossing. If we can get at least 10% of that, that's 3 million easy. Right. Dead ass think they did basic math like that. But I do think they'll add like new DLC in there. Like you can buy it separately or you can just have it part of your subscription. But yeah, I wish they would add more of those games quicker instead of just once a month. I mean, at least they're announcing it a little earlier before they come out. But yeah, I agree. You need to add more of it on there at a quicker pace. I mean, they have added Sega Genesis games under there too. They have added Toe Jam and Earl, but
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so now I agree with you with that. Yeah, they pushing it. That's why I said we'll have to revisit it. We'll see a year of that, like when it's like October, November this year. We'll see what they've added and stuff.
No, we'll talk about this again in at the 6-month mark too. I mean, it's only because it's only just because it just came across my head this time. But I was always planning like halfway through this. I want to see where we're at. What's been added since they announced it? What all have we gotten? And if it's just these expansion games and these N64 and Sega games, as cool as that is. And as hype as like I know like you guys are for like Banjo Kazooie and I like playing Mario Golf, and as hype as that is,
I can't wait for that Mario Golf.
Huh?
No, I'm saying I agree with you. I can't wait for that Mario Golf.
Yeah, like when stuff we get stuff like that, like I'm excited, but I'm like,
Banjo Kazooie's supposed to come this month.
That's not enough.
Yeah, they announced on the Japan Twitter like sometime last month. There's Banjo's coming next month. It's like, oh shit, that was fast as hell.
So yeah, I mean, that's it. I just want to see.
Ian's like, all right, bet.
Ian locked it. Ian,
he's like, where my Switch at? See, look, okay. You can't say shit to me. My shit's not on my desk.
I mean, to be fair though, I would expect him to have that around his desk.
They're just sitting there.
I mean, just like you'd expect me to have our guy sitting around as well.
Our Boba. Oh, hell yeah. Boba found this, that's my whole thing of Mario Kart. It'd be cool. They did like an early like announcement of it's like, oh, that's our boy that didn't get enough shine.
Yes, unfortunately.
Anyways. Yeah. Mario Kart 9. I mean, that's not the official name. That's just what people are calling it because it's after number 8. I hope hope we at least see it. That'd be cool if we get like a brief announcement this year to say, we get a glimpse of it.
I wonder what the twist is. I wonder what that is. Like, what's that going to be?
Yeah, the twist. Yeah, they mentioned the twist.
Not really hope it's what you mentioned, Jerron.
Like a story mode single player. I mean, that's kind of like me. Honestly, that's my like idea, like a progression, just because they got the racing down pat. They added tricks, they added bikes, they got flying parts in the water parks, anti-gravity. I mean, like what else outside like a track creator, track editor, but not everyone
is into that. But I can see them doing like a track. But even that, the way they said it sounds like it's a twist to the racing though. That's how I took it. Yeah, but I could be just taking it at face value. You could be right. The twist could be there's a new story mode or something. But the way it sounded, it made it sound like there was going to be a twist to the racing, like maybe they'll do like
Yeah.
a Sonic Transform type thing. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, man,
where
that'd
we're
be
switching
fire.
through like different vehicle
Hey, I would
types and
love
stuff.
that. That's
I'd be
still one
down
of
for
my
that in
favorite
Mario
kart
Kart.
races.
I'm down for that. Yeah, I could maybe
Blake-
that'll be a different type of twist.
Blatantly rip that shit. I don't care.
For sure. Don't even give a fuck. Like, yo, we are the fathers of this shit. So thanks to y'all for integrating. We're gonna take that. And
Yes.
y'all
For real.
y'all went ahead and developed on that. We're gonna take that right back and throw that in our game, which I think would be dope.
Mhm.
Your
man.
car changing into boats and airplanes or helicopters or whatever and flying, and yeah, I'm dope with that. I'm down for that. That's my guess.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, good to hear new Mario Kart talk in 2022, years
Yeah.
later. Good
Years
to hear
later.
that shit. That means that we
Mario
might
Kart
hear
alive.
some. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then the final thing on console T, I kind of added this in towards the end because I felt like this. One, we can all resonate with this, especially if I feel like a fair bit of our listeners and viewers as well. But just in general, I think it's be good for gaming in general. Vice, Vice.com, they have an article that they wrote talking about black hair in video games is terrible. These 3D artists are changing that. That's the title, and they're right. So there's and there are some artists that are working with a university assistant out at UC Santa Cruz, Oakland out there. Their name is AM Dark. That's their name. She's basically recruiting a bunch of black artists for what she's dubbing the open source Afro Hair Library. And what this will be the game industry's first free database of 3D modeled black hairstyles. And they plan to have this launching Juneteenth, 2023. So about a year and a half. And it'll basically function as like a source for like, a bunch of usable 3D assets for like hairstyles, how they can animate and everything for games and work with other engines, and just overall be able to normalize and in mainstream art, all sorts of black and Afro styled hairstyles and shapes just in gaming characters. Because we all grown up game creators, character creators have been lacking for way too long. Not every black person rocking a fro, the struggle cornrows, the weird looking dreads, or the basic Dark Caesar cut.
The basic Dark Caesar cut that Animal Crossing only recently adopted.
Hey, look, I'll give them a prop because they added 360 waves, and I never would have expected that. They're not the same 360 waves, but I feel like for the little how cartoony it is, I think it works. As soon as I saw that, I changed to it immediately. I was like, this is fire.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, like there's a whole 360, like wow. But
I ain't got 360. I was never able to achieve.
Nah, I mean, I've only gone to waves like down the front, but I never did 360. But yeah, so it's dope. Yeah, this is really dope. And how I know we kind of did like a little quick discussion on before we recorded, but how y'all feel about the direction of what they're going for? Like, do you feel like it should be like a free database, or do you think they should be licensing it off to like Epic Games for Unreal Engine or Unity or whatever?
I do. I understand. I guess my understanding that for it being free is that it would be more adopted if it's like accessible in that capacity. I'm hoping that maybe they deliver this pack out for free and then say, hey, later on, we'll give you guys some more advanced black hairstyles, and that'll cost you.
Yeah, and that's
I think that
I don't
could
want to be
work.
negative, but yeah, that's my hope. I'm gonna stick with what Ian's saying. That's my hope because I don't want to be negative. I hate that as Black people, we have to come in, fix the problem because everybody in the industry is ignoring the problem and acts like it isn't a problem, except for in the games where they have no choice but to adjust because 90% of your characters are Black, right? So the only ones we've ever seen adjust are the Maddens and the 2Ks and stuff like that. The sports games basically where they have no choice but to give you decent Black hairstyles. It's just frustrating that then Black people have to come together, put our own shit together, make it, and then give it away for free in order to attract people. We should be able to do this and say, look, you didn't want to do this. We did it. come buy this, and it should be, and nobody should bat an eye at that. Why should we give it to this industry that makes billions of dollars and hasn't invested any of that time into developing Black hairstyles at all? And I probably wouldn't be surprised if there were other communities as well who don't feel like represented well through a lot of this with traditional hairstyles or anything like that. So it's not even just a Black problem. We're all Black. So obviously we're speaking from that perspective. But yeah, I would assume a lot of other people are like this. And I wouldn't expect anybody of any other culture to do all the work of developing more culturally accurate hairstyles and then give it to an industry that makes billions of dollars. That's run by mostly white people, or basically all white people. And they're making billions of dollars, and we just give them that for free because they won't just do it. So that does bother me a little bit. But my hope is, like Ian said, yeah, they come in, they give us the base ones. Like, yo, look, here's the base shit, the shit that y'all be putting in there that looks trash. Here's the base of that, and y'all can put this in your games and fix that. And then if you want to get more complicated, you want to add more shit to it, we got other packs that we can offer that you can buy on the back end. And I'm going to assume that's probably the route they'll take with it. And I like it, man. It seems like she's bringing in 3D artists who are willing to just work on this. So that's an open source thing right there. Other artists who have different hairstyles that they want to develop, if they can add to this, obviously she goes through some sort of like approval process or anything like that. But if other artists out there, it gives them a chance to put their, get something put on there that maybe they can end up in a video game. It's like I almost look at it kind of like almost like a SoundCloud for music. Almost like you could go on here, you're developing a game, but it's for it's for Black hairstyles now, and you can go on there. So I think it's dope. And anybody else who feels like they're underrepresented in games in any way, whether it's not just hairstyles, if it's skin tones or nose structures or whatever. I mean, nowadays we have all those like, you're supposed to be able to modify it, whatever. But I still feel like there's a lot of those presets they give us. It's not just hair,
models as well.
Character models, and we could do stuff
absolutely.
Like this. So
Yeah.
This could be the start of something like that,
Yeah.
So I hope they do that, man.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I'm honestly, yeah. I agree with both y'all. That was my first thought too when I read open source and going through this earlier. But I really hope that the approach they take is what you're saying, Ian, where it's like you have a sampling of the free ones, and then once it gets more widely adopted, unfortunately, it has to go down this way to even get to be taken seriously or to be adopted more more widespread type of fashion. But yeah, I man, it's someone that we all grown up, seen all the levels of games from like the basic PS1 N64 days to now, where you got hair flown in the wind in all directions and shit.
Yeah,
like 4K resolutions. I really hope this is successful and it works out for everyone. It's a no-brainer. It's some of the greatest inventions are just solving simple problems. This is one of them. So I'm gonna follow this too for sure. I mean, I know they said they plan to have it out Juneteenth 2023, which is June next year for those that are too familiar. But yeah, man, this is dope. So
I hope enough noise is being made about this.
I honestly don't think enough noise is being made. That's why
put this up and post it so we can put more noise to it. We can find wherever their social media is and tag it in here. And anything that any platform that can talk about this, I hope it does and should, because this is dope. This is dope.
100%. That's why I want us to talk about it here. Even as just we're building our platform, but I still think it's good us to talk about it too.
I don't care. Even if it's only 10 people that hear us talk about it, that's 10 people that might not have known about it.
Yeah, there's some people I know about now. They might look up the article and share it or whatever. And I highly suggest looking up the articles from Vice.com. I highly suggest reading up on it. It takes a lot of great points of not just Western games, but some Japanese games like Monster Hunter. They mentioned that can be improved. So yeah, man, it's a good article overall. It's a good project. I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna hope for the best. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for Console T today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's like our last section here. Spoiler drop.
Spoilers.
We got Boba Fett episode 2. Episode 2 of Boba. look, it's another, the way they're doing this series, it's the cut between kind of the current events of things happening and the past and Boba's past of how he kind of got up to this point, his relationship with the Tusken Raiders and stuff like that. So it's that kind of split. It was really cool. And I don't know how much of a shot by shot thing I want to do for this, but there were some really cool moments. Obviously, we started off at the beginning. We ended the last episode with them catching one of the little assassin dudes.
Yes.
And bringing him back. And obviously they're like, which is, I've never heard of this faction. And I think I heard that they were made up just for this series.
Just for this series.
Or I say just for this series. At least they're made up to debut in this series.
Ever expanding Star Wars universe.
Well, it's Star Wars. You can literally make up whatever, and no one can tell you you're wrong, right? So yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the. Let me see the name of the group again. I should have rewatched this. Should have rewatched it the way I wanted to. We can cut this out so I can seem smart and faster. It's like the night. It's like the night.
Night something.
Night something. Whatever.
I don't remember either. But
y'all not popping like that enough for me to know y'all name. Let's just put it like that. Let's say it like that. Anyways, the dude, he basically is like, he's like, I'm not gonna break. I'm not gonna tell y'all nothing. You can kill me. I don't care. Say it again.
The Night Wind.
The Night Wind.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And he's basically like, I'm gonna say it again.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna hear it back in editing, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, you will. I ain't hear anything.
But yeah, so he comes out and they're basically they're like, there's nothing we can do. They're like, all right, well, if you don't fear anything, you don't fear death, maybe you'll fear the Rancor. And that's a callback. Obviously Jabba used to have the Rancor down there, and drop you in there and rip you to shreds. But there's no Rancor down there anymore. And we know that because we've seen the movies. But so he drops him in. And obviously he gets terrified down there. He starts losing his shit. And I think this is a great way to open an episode. He gets down there. He starts panicking. And he's like, it's the mayor who sent me. And obviously we knew it was the mayor who sent him. But he's like, it's the mayor. I'm sorry. And they're like, you got to relax, man. Ain't nothing even.
Ain't nothing down there.
Ain't nothing down there. It's empty. You done talked yourself into being scared. So that was a really funny way to start that. And they're like, all right, let's go see the mayor. So that was good. We got to see Boba walking down. He got to the mayor and they acting like they don't know who he is or the guy. Yeah, I thought that was funny. He had the whole little standoff with the mayor where he's like, you playing with me. Like, you sent this dude and I brought him back. You lucky he's alive. You lucky I'm even doing this with y'all niggas. And, it's just another Boba trying to establish how to show strength. But I think part of the thing with the Tusken Raiders is Boba also kind of gaining a little bit more sense of like humanity, if that makes sense. Not to say that Boba was inhumane before, but just that it's just showing like his compassionate side of it. He don't want to be. Yes, he's a crime lord or whatever in this series, the way they're developing him. That being said, he doesn't necessarily just want to rule with iron fist, where he's just running around killing anybody who doesn't listen to him or doesn't agree with him. He's trying to like negotiate. He wants to compromise. He wants to be able to work with people. He don't just want to go around killing folks. That's right. But y'all keep playing with him. And he like, fam, look, if you gonna do this, like I can get to killing niggas if y'all want to do that. But I'm trying not to. Like I'm trying to just be over here. Y'all respect me, and I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. And the mayor don't seem to be down for that. So they do their whole thing, and the mayor tries to suggest some other people may be involved. Boba goes back to the little bar, and we get to see she's like, the Hutt twins, they're back.
Okay, yeah. Real quick question on that.
What's up?
So because I looked at them and I was like, I feel like I've seen them somewhere, and I dead ass don't remember. The Hutt twins, were they always around?
No. So the twins they weren't twins. There was no twins before.
Okay.
So this is like a
Jabba's kids or whatever.
They're not his kids. There's niece and nephew.
Niece and nephew. That's right. Yeah, because it said Uncle Jabba.
That's right. Uncle Jabba. Yeah. So they so that's all that is. There's a lot of stuff it seems like they're making up for this series, I guess you'd call it. Which is cool. I've long said we don't have to be locked into everything is attached to everything is attached to a Skywalker, or everything is attached to just that. Like, we can just create new stuff, where people show up and are just new, and it doesn't matter because it's a whole wide universe. So that is pretty cool. Let me see real quick. So they go through all that, and she lets me know the twins are back, and so they obviously walk outside as they can hear the drum and yada yada yada. And as we go out there, we see the twins come down. They're being carried, and they're basically what they're considering like the old ways. The whole we're standing on top of we're being carried, we're in charge. And so the only thing here to kind of explain is the reason Boba doesn't just kill them standing right there. As part of like the treaty between the Hutts and the New Republic and all that kind of shit, you're not allowed to just kill a Hutt. You got to get permission to kill them. You can't just kill Hutts. So
why is that? Are they endangered or something?
No. It was just they were the Hutts. So the Hutts were kind of like what do you want to call them? Like the Switzerland or whatever, right? Like they're always in between. They're crime bosses. They operate in the the black market and all that type of shit. But they sold to both sides of the war, right? So it's like as part of like the treaty, it's like, yo, we're gonna let y'all do y'all thing, and y'all gonna stop doing certain shit, or you gonna make sure we get certain stuff. And that was just part of it. And so it came with protection for them once the New Republic, won and everything like that. So now you've got Jabba's dead. And so the Hutts are claiming the land that their uncle, uncle used to rule, which I guess they kind of do technically have a claim. That's why they had their whole little tablet and everything like that, saying like, hey, this is technically our land and we inherited it. And Boba's like, yeah, nah, you got to kill me for it, fam. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to shoot. And I'm ready to shoot. And the shooters behind me, we all ready to go right now if that's what you want to do. They weren't ready to do that. And then we got a super deep cut. We got to see, I've never known how to pronounce this. I've always said Black Chrysanthemum, or Black Chrysanthemum. If that's not the right pronunciation, I just don't care. But that's what it is in my head. He's the Black Wookiee that showed up. Big ass gun. Real nigga. He's a bounty hunter. Wookiee.
He's gonna fuck shit up in this season.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, when he look like he about to be.
He came through like, remember this.
When he get to getting, he gonna get to getting. Like, yeah, it's gonna be something. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that works, and see his role in this series and how it's gonna look when they get into like fight scenes and stuff like that. So that'll be cool as well. And yeah, basically it ended in nothing. The Hutts decided, yo, sleep lightly, leaving threats, and we gonna spin the block or whatever. And Boba's like, yeah, please do, so I can have a reason to kill y'all boys. It ain't nothing to me. And then I think from there, Boba kind of went back into his little chamber, and then we got to go back and see the Tusken stuff. And a lot of that was just him learning, integrating with their society, learning how to train with them and all that type of stuff. He did, they got attacked by the train, and Boba was kind of committed to taking down the train. That was dope. All that type of stuff. So that was cool. We'll kind of double back to that. He went to the trains, saw what happened, took out a bunch of people in there, and was like, okay. Then he got the bikes, taught them how to ride the bikes. So that was dope as well too. I thought that was cool because they can't really communicate directly through language. So that was just a cool thing for them to be able to see him struggling with that, but them, struggling to learn each other and do that whole thing. And Boba, just getting closer and closer with their culture and learning from them as well. And then we get the whole train scene, which was dope, right? Like they run to the train. They got the people staged, out in the desert, and they hop on the train and they're fighting, yada, yada, yada. So that was a whole cool scene. I don't know how much of a breakdown you guys really need of it, but it was, action packed. I don't know if y'all noticed something that I just learned too, but the leader of the Tusken Raiders, that's supposed to be a woman, that's a female, or I say a woman, I don't know if she's humanoid, but it's a female character. And so she obviously, you saw her doing her shit. She was going in there, kicking niggas' asses. Like, yeah, she was taking things out left and right. So that was dope. Jumped right into the fray, fearless. I thought it was interesting that the droid that was running the train took off. So I'd be interested to know if that's a future development or if that's just
he did
something they're gonna
ignore.
But he did dip on them. So I thought that Boba was gonna be able to kick him or short circuit him and maybe see who programmed him or who sent him or who was sending this train on the route. But he just dipped. So that was weird to me. But once they were able to take that down and they all the spoils and everything, the people that attacked them are people we know before the Pike Syndicate, and so they basically, told them, hey, you can't use these past people live here. I thought that was really dope. Like, hey, you've just been ignoring these people, but nah, they're real people that are here, with real lives, and you think they're you're tripping. So that was dope. And then basically from there, they were, they had a whole conversation about everything that was going on, and Boba was, kind of had his what's the word, in tune with nature, his hallucination, thing, and he goes through all that, and
that whole sequence had me not freaking out, that's exaggerating. That whole sequence had me like, bro, what?
I was confused, but I got what he was trying to represent. He broke the branch, and then he brought the branch back, which was dope. Yeah, exactly.
Part of the culture, the Raider culture. And I was like, all right, I respect that. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I rocked with it. I liked it. And that was really dope. Him coming back, and then them making his actual staff, from the branch that he brought back.
Yes.
And then the robes are the same robes we ended up seeing him when we first caught up with him in The Mandalorian. Those are the same black robes, the Tusken Raider robes. So, to know that it wasn't just like a phase for him either. He really feel like he connected with these folks. Like, nah, like, that's fam. You know what I mean? And building his weapon and all that. I just thought it was a really cool. I know a lot of people seem to not like this.
I actually loved it.
I get it to an extent, but I just think it's cool to just show the growth of Boba through this. I think people are underestimating, and I guess if you never cared about Boba Fett before this, then I understand why maybe you don't care about or like any of this stuff.
Why wouldn't?
But I just think it's just one of those things where it's like because we haven't had that much Boba Fett before, this chance to dive into some of his journey along the way from kind of the last time we saw him, I think is crucial before we get to see him go full into kind of what's going on currently. I just think that's cool. And we are getting some of what's happening currently in bits and pieces, only about 15, 20 minutes of the episode in this one. But we're getting bits and pieces of that while also learning more of what's made Boba Fett, the Boba Fett we see on screen today. I just think I think that's a good thing. Excuse me. I think that's a dope thing. So, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. How did y'all feel kind of about the episode?
I'll go next. Yeah, I'm with you there. Honestly, because I like the way they're going with this season so far, where they're doing the split half story, the what happened in between, what brought him up to where he is now, and the current day, post the Mandalorian season 2, him and Fennec trying to take over the Tatooine underworld and kind of run that shit. I like that. I think it's fascinating just because, we all know Boba Fett, the badass bounty hunter and right hand man from the old trilogy of movies, and he was gone for years. And we got the little backstory in the prequel trilogy with Jango Fett and all that. But then, I think folks have to understand, because I rewatched part of that Mandalorian episode when he was, revealed to be alive and back and everything. Season 2, episode 6, when they were on a completely separate planet where Mando took the child to have his little Jedi communication thing or whatever. And you see who's Boba Fett in all these robes, these like these melee staffs and weapons, just like, hey, yo, you got my armor. And this and the other, like, that should create some intrigue. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Well, one, he's fucking alive. And
Yeah.
two, he's not, once he gets his gear, he gets back to the gunslinger stuff because it's Mandalorian. But like from that point, where did he learn all his melee hand-to-hand combat stuff like that? Like something happened. So I really like all the Raider stuff. It's cool. He's got to figure out their culture and how they go about things. It's like, he in this episode, he was still learning the staff fighting and whatnot. He got the like you said, the spiritual awakening with him being able to get the a branch from the tree to carve his own weapon, and I guess become more of a higher ranking in that faction of the Raiders. I mean, I'm learning all this shit as I'm watching the show. Like, I don't know about their culture.
Not necessarily a higher ranking, just he just kind of became a part of the group, like more officially.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
like we
guess
really
so,
accept you. Like, you know what I mean? It's that final acceptance type thing.
Yeah,
like, yo,
I
you
guess
was
so,
cool.
yeah.
You've helped us fight off a couple monsters or whatever, but this is like the final, like, acceptance. Like, we're really like, we like, no, we really fuck with you. Like, you really basically one of us for real. Like, you can come here anytime. You got a home here type thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you need help, call us. We'll come. Like, it's that type of thing. I think it is now. I don't think it's necessarily he has any sort of like increased status or anything like that.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Yeah, more acceptance. Yeah. So I thought that was all really cool. And he helped him learn to ride the little air bikes to take over that train that's running through and shooting them up and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's all really dope. And then because after that, like I said, I went back to rewatch part of the episode of Mandalorian where he came back, and I was like, oh, that's the exact same staff he had then. He had a couple other things in that season, which we may learn about in this season going on too. They continue with the whole Raider in between story prequel arc. But yeah, it's really cool. I like the direction they're going. It's just he's trying to find his own way of running things in Tatooine after Jabba was gone. Phoenix with him too as his right hand woman. In like a similar type of thing. Like, he was right hand man of like Jabba back then. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. 2 episodes in, I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm not like, oh man, it's 3 a.m. on Wednesday, time to watch Boba Fett. I mean, that's just cause whatever. But when I do watch it, I enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Especially, I'm curious how it's going to continue going on. It's all new territory for me. So it's real cool. They keep showing, them flashbacks to like that plant from episode 2. They did it again this episode, I believe.
Oh yeah.
At once. But yeah, so I'm curious if that's going to pay off in some fashion too. But yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. So
Back. Same. Enjoying it thoroughly. I do appreciate the backstory. I'm enjoying the whole this backstory of him with the Raiders. Like, seeing it from where he started with them and to where they are now is really dope to me. And I can't wait to see what happens next. Personally, I'm actually more interested in that side of the story than the main joint that's happening. But
right, yeah,
and I'm sure it's going to tie right in together once we get to the end.
Yeah. There's a reason. I think they've built up enough goodwill with Mandalorian to know, like, they're showing us all of this to build up to something that we're gonna get really those dope moments. Maybe people are looking for more action and stuff like that, more gunfights or whatever. But like, we'll get there. He's gonna don't relax, guys. He's gonna shoot the rocket. He's gonna do.
I know, right? Yeah,
he will.
That was the thing too. Because when I know this is the book of Boba Fett, but I had to go back to that episode when he was reintroduced to connect the parallels and stuff, because he had the exact same robe get up as when he met Mando on that planet, the exact same get up, the black robe. So I was like, okay, cool. This is literally like almost the jumping point, even before he met Fennec and saved her and all that from Mando season 1. Yeah, before even that. And when he got the armor, and then he was like, "Yep," he used the eye thing, shot the rocket, gunslinger stuff. I was like, "Okay, cool." He get all the notes here too. So I think we're gonna get all that sometime in this season or show as well. So
It's coming, man. It's coming. People are just a little impatient.
yeah, I get it. I even saw some folks on Twitter. They're like, or I saw a couple of tweets. People were like, "Man, he keeps taking the helmet off, man. Why does he keep doing that, man?" And I was like,
people say that.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not even gonna address that.
I'm just like, man, I'm outside this sphere. I don't even know how to do that.
Just know what you're talking about, people. That's it. Just know what you're talking about. There's why would Boba Fett be hiding his face?
Yeah.
Why?
Man, I think it'd be
there's
better for him to
no
show
reason,
his face.
no reason. Just because he's wearing that armor does not mean he's gonna hide his face. Just literally just Google the character and it'll solve all your problems. But yeah. Yeah, man, I'm still invested. I still think the episodes are really good. I'm enjoying it. I literally no complaints yet. I do as well, want more action, but I also feel like it'll come. So I'm not just overzealous like everybody else is, kind of pushing. I'm definitely in a bit more of a patient state, But yeah, I mean, everything looks good. So we will keep talking about these episodes. Hopefully we get some more deep cut characters, and
I'm sure it'll happen.
Oh yeah, I know we're gonna get to see some more stuff here and there. Maybe we even get Grogu to pop back up or something like that. Who knows?
That's what I was wondering.
Maybe Ahsoka will pop back in somewhere, so we get a couple lightsabers. So yeah, you just never know. And if no, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see, man. We'll just see where it goes. Yeah, and then and don't forget Obi-Wan Kenobi is also supposed to be coming.
Yeah, I think that.
We're gonna have to see, but
yeah, I think this year we're gonna get. Well, I mean, yeah, I think this year is gonna be pretty heavy on not just Marvel but Star Wars.
Oh yeah, no, Star Wars wants some of this action now. They have to watch Marvel just eat for a year of just Marvel. Oh, the new series. Oh, and this one, it's a new one. And Marvel. And
I got
Star Wars
a feeling
like, yo, Star Wars saw what happened with Visions and with Bad Batch, and they were like, all right, okay,
bet.
All right, now next year we in there. Y'all want live action? We got live action. Hold on, we got that.
I feel like, I feel like they, because this year confirmed Star Wars is, of course, we have Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think Mando season 3 is gonna make it at the end of the year. I feel like something is in between. I don't remember what it is. I know Ahsoka is not until maybe next year.
No,
we talked about that last week. Actually, it's not until next year. What's the other shows? But yeah, I'm curious when Obi-Wan is gonna happen too. I don't know if they're gonna do that after the next Marvel that follows this or whatever, or they're gonna do both concurrently. But
yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm interested to see. I'll get together whatever the official list is for next week when we talk about Boba Fett, and we'll go back over it. And
cool.
No, man, cool. Good episode, guys. We will a lot of CES tech information for you guys today, and give you a nice, great breakdown. You'll realize why he's the segue god.
Don't be acting brand new, bro.
Yeah, Ian, come on. Literally, no matter where I tried to take these moments, Ian picked it right back up and threw it, just chucked it right back in. Didn't matter. He just went right back. Yeah, man. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of VR stuff. If you're into VR, let us know so we can know if it's worth it. That Oculus is only $300. It's kind of tempting.
Yeah,
it is. I want to be courtside at an NBA game. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe for my birthday or something. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, enjoy. It's two ugly nerds, but there's three of us.
Peace.
Yeah.